What's up YouTube? I'm back with another video. As y'all see by the title, I'm basically going to be giving y'all story time plus telling y'all what's going on with my body. So let's get right into this video. So it all started with me. I thought I was pregnant, okay? I was having signs, like I was having pregnancy signs, and it was weird, but the first sign I was experiencing was being tired. Like I was getting tired like really easily. Like at my job, my old job, I was in the mixing station and we mixed the recipes inside the machines and we have to scoop it out on our own. And it was just one day I was mixing macaroni, and when I was scooping it out, I was tired. Mind y'all, I ain't never got tired of scooping macaroni out. Like, that was probably like the lightest recipe to like scoop out. It was just messy. I was tired. Even lifting up the toe, I was tired. So in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is going on with me? So that was just an example of me being tired. Like, if I sit down, I could go to sleep. Like, I was getting tired easily. Another thing was, 1 minute I was hot, 1 minute I was cold. Apparently, from what I was told, that's a part of pregnancy. Another sign was my boobs felt heavy. Like, they felt really heavy, and to me they looked like they was getting bigger. And that was really my main sign, because the other ones, like, they came and they left. Like, it wasn't like an everyday thing, but my boobs like stayed like that for a few weeks. And I'm like, of course, when I'm having all these signs happening to me, pregnant ran through my mind. And I'm like, I cannot be pregnant. And I'm like, and it's too early for me to be having signs. If I was pregnant. Yo, this train runs every 5 seconds, every single day. Like, I can't. Sometimes I just want to shoot the fucking driver driving the train. Okay, well, I guess the loud part was over with. I can't stand this train. I can't. Okay, now I think it's done. So before, where was I at before I was rudely interrupted? Oh, damn it. Okay, yeah. So in my head, I'm like, it's too early for me to be having signs if I was pregnant. So I low-key was like, happy. I was happy. Of course I was happy. But at the same time I was nervous. And then I'm like confused, because I'm like, no. I'm in shock. And I really didn't know what to expect. So I called my friend, because she has a baby, and I'm like, she could understand what I'm going through. She could probably let me know what's happening. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I was like, I could call my friend because she would know what I'm going through, because she has a child of her own. So she was just like, take a pregnancy test and see what it says, blah blah blah. Mind y'all, I have taken a pregnancy test. It said I wasn't pregnant, and I told her how I took a pregnancy test and it said I was not pregnant. But I'm telling her, like, but my body is saying otherwise. Mind you, I was not like having cravings. I wasn't like hungry. I wasn't having no morning sickness. So I'm like, maybe I'm not pregnant, because I'm not really, I know people say those are like the main signs of pregnancy tests. I mean, I said pregnancy tests, like pregnancies. Everything I'm saying was not back to back to back. It was like weeks apart from each other and shit. Like, when I took a lot of pregnancy tests, I'm not gonna lie. And I did not take pregnancy tests back to back to back. I like did it separate. But so that as time was going on or whatever, it was this one day I woke up and I felt like I had to throw up. In my head, I'm like, no. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, am I really? Like, am I pregnant? Am I pregnant? Like, that's what I was asking myself. I'm like, oh my God. I was just like in shock because I'm like, I've been having these little signs. Why does it feel like I have to throw up? I'm like, oh my God, I could be pregnant. So then I was being over dramatic, but I was in shock, okay? So then, of course, it went away as the day went by. And I called my friend and I'm like, bitch, this morning I felt like I had to throw up. I'm like, is this a part of morning sickness or something? She was like, yeah, basically saying like, yeah, it could be a sign of morning sickness. And because she was telling me how she was going through the same thing. And I'm like, oh my God. And like, she was asking me, am I ready? I'm like, yeah, no. Like, I didn't know what to say. And so, I don't know. Like, she was more, I had people who wanted me to get pregnant. So, anyways, I had felt the same way again in the next morning. Like, I felt like I had to throw up. But it just never happened. It only happened one time when it was like nighttime where I felt like I had to throw up. But that was the only time I felt that way. Like I said, I was taking pregnancy tests. Every time, I tell you, probably over 5 pregnancy tests, y'all. All them pregnancy tests came back saying I was not pregnant. And I was just confused. I'm like, I was like, something's not right. Because I'm like, I'm having pregnancy signs. I was using the restroom a lot too. I did use the restroom a lot. It wasn't a lot, but I was going more than usual. So, you know, I'm taking all these pregnancy tests. They all come back saying I was not pregnant. So, I went up to the pregnancy center. Before they had me take a test, they put me in a room, asked me a bunch of questions. I never understood why they ask you all them questions. I don't see the point of it, but they do. Then they had me go take the test. So then I took the little P test or whatever. As we sitting there waiting for it to come up, they're asking me questions, and then they're like excited for me. They're like, "So do you want a girl or boy, or do you have any names?" Like, they was really excited. They even did a prayer for me, and it was weird. Like, I'm like, these people are nuts. And when I looked at the test, it's a negative. So I'm like, I don't understand this. And I'm like, so why am I having these signs, but all these tests come back negative? So they told me, they recommended me to go get a blood test done, because they said a blood test will really let you know for sure if you're pregnant. So I went to my doctor. They had me take a pregnancy test there and came back negative. So they still made me draw blood just to make sure, because she was telling me how she had some patients that was like 27 weeks pregnant and didn't even show or didn't look like it. They was like, we don't want you to be like that. So they still drew my blood, and I had to wait for the results to come back. The results came back like within the next week. So when fast forward to that day when I had to come back up there, when she called me to come up there, and she told me my blood test came back, and the blood test said I was not pregnant. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I know it sounds like I want to have a child, but I was really just like, why am I experiencing pregnancy symptoms then? I didn't understand that. And so she told me, she was like, from what she saw and from what my blood test said or whatever, that I have PCOS. If y'all don't know what that is, okay, so this is what a PCOS is. PCOS is a hormonal condition that women can get during their childbearing years, and it can affect your ability to have a child. It can also stop your periods or make them hard to predict. Causes acne, unwanted body and facial hair, raise your risk of health problems including diabetes and high blood pressure. So yeah, that's what PCOS is. It's basically, like I said, it's hard. It's basically something that certain women have where it's hard for them to have kids. It's going to be hard for them to have kids. Causes their periods to be irregular. I have not experienced acne, and I have not experienced unwanted body facial hairs. But it did say something about health issues. I do have some of those. So yeah, in my periods, I have a very irregular period. I went the whole last year without a period. This year, I didn't have a period in the beginning of the year. I had a period one time in the middle of the year. One time, and that was it. I have not been on ever since. I haven't had one ever since that last one. So my period is very irregular. It started when I was 16 years old. I noticed my period was fucked up when I was going like months without getting on it. Like I was going like 4 or 5 months without getting on my period. So that's when I noticed it. Then last year I went a whole year without getting on it. So yeah, so that's why it's gonna be hard for me. They say if you have PCOS and you do end up having a child, that's a miracle baby. I know they say they also say miracle babies when you have like a miscarriage and then you have another one, and they said that's a miracle baby. It's also a miracle baby when you have PCOS, because they say it's hard for you to have a child. Like it's going to be very difficult for you to even get pregnant. Like you can have unprotected sex all you want and you probably won't get pregnant. I'm one of those. I be having sex all the time and I'm not with the same person, not with nobody different. But pregnant. So many times I had it, I should be pregnant by now, but I'm not because I have PCOS. So I mean, some people would look at it as, when I tell them like how I be going the whole year stuff, they look at it as a good thing. It's not a good thing, honestly. It's not. I really want this on nobody. And it was when she told me it was going to be difficult for me to have a child, my feelings was hurt, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Not saying because I wanted one. Like at the moment, I wasn't gonna be sad if I was pregnant, but I'm a kid person. I love kids, so of course I want a kid of my own one day. And also I want a kid of my own one day. And I always told myself that I will always tell myself I don't never want to be one of the women who have trouble getting pregnant. And look, I'm one of them people. Ain't that fucked up? But hey, it is what it is. If I do have a child, that's gonna be my miracle child, okay? You never know what can happen. When the time is right, the time is right. And you know, and then also another thing. They say the doctors recommend you to get on birth control. Like if you're a PCOS person, if you have PCOS, they gonna recommend you to get on birth control. I don't do the birth control. I never been on birth control. I've seen too many fucked up stories on Facebook about it. Like, what is people losing a lot of blood and like them going in and out the hospital. I'm nothing with birth control. It makes you, and some of them make you gain weight. I gain weight too easily, so I'm not getting on birth control. She gave me some pills, some birth control pills or whatever, but I haven't took them, and I'm not going to. I don't trust the birth control shit. So they recommend you to get birth control, or they be like, if you want a child and it doesn't happen, do the IVF. And I'm not doing that. I'm not. I feel like, because when you do IVF, I know some people, I'm not gonna say I have anything against it, but I just feel like it's not natural. Like, yeah, you're carrying it and stuff, like you're carrying a baby, but you're going to the doctors. Like the doctors is helping you to have this baby. Like you have to take certain shots and stuff like that. And then with IVF, you get to pick what gender baby you want. Like, I know that sounds cool, but I just feel like you should just get whatever God gives you. Like when you get pregnant, if you do end up getting pregnant, just be proud of what you get. When you got, like I said, when you're doing the IVF, you get to pick. If you're aiming for a girl, you get to go through the process and they can help you get a girl. If you want twins, they can help you get twins. I just feel like I would just prefer for people to do it natural. So, you know, I ain't got nothing against people doing IVF. I don't. But me personally, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking birth control. So I don't know. I'm gonna just find a different way. When the time is ready and if I don't get pregnant naturally, I'm gonna find a different way to get pregnant because I'm not doing birth control and I'm not taking out IVF. So, and also they say adoption, but I wouldn't have a problem with adopting a child, but I want one of my own. So, like, I want to go through the process of being pregnant. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Give this video a like, comment, share, thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in my next one.